Hi, well, this is Noah with Light Exposing Darkness, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Mark of the Beast. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe for more Christian content and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. I try to upload every Friday and live stream every Thursday. So is the Mark of the Beast an RFID chip? The answer to that, my friends, is no. But the RFID chip will have a hand in improvising who can buy or sell with the controlling of money through the RFID chip. It says in Revelation 13:17, and he provides that no one will be able to buy or sell except the one who has the mark, either the name of the beast or the number of his name. What is the number of the beast? The number of the beast is 666. And what is the mark? We'll be finding that out later. So the RFID chip, they can help implement who can buy and who can sell, but it's not the mark of the beast. Who made Sunday holy? It was none other than the Catholic Church. It says in Book 3, Chapter 8, Tyne on March 7th, 325 CE, issued the first civil legalization proclaiming Sunday, the veritable day of the sun, a day of rest. For he said, let us have nothing in common with the despicable Jews. So, what's so significant about the mark of the beast being the number 666? The reason why the mark of the beast is 666 is because you worship on Sunday and keep Sunday as the Sabbath, which is a man-made Sabbath. The number 6 is the number of man. To understand that, we have to go back to the beginning of time, during the creation week. Day 1 of creation. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now, the earth was formless, empty, darkness was over the surface of the depth, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. God said, let there be light, and there was light. God saw that the light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. Day 2 of creation. And God said, let there be an expanse in the midst of the waters, and let it separate the waters from the waters. And God made the expanse, and separated the waters that were under the expanse from the waters that were above the expanse. And it was so. And God called the expanse heaven, and there was evening, and there was morning, the second day. Day 3 of creation. And God said, let the waters under the sky be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. God called the dry land earth, and the waters that were gathered together he called seas. And God saw that the earth was good. Then God said, let the earth put forth vegetation, plants yielding seed, and fruit trees of every kind on earth that bear fruit with the seed in it. And it was so. The earth brought forth vegetation, plant yielding seeds of every kind, trees of every kind bearing fruit with the seed in it. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, or the third day. Day 4 of creation. And God said, let there be lights in the expanse of the sky, to separate the day from night, and let them serve as signs to mark seasons and days and years, And let them be lights in the expanse of the sky to give light upon the earth. And it was so. God made two great lights, the greater light to dominate the day, and the lesser light to dominate the night. He also made stars. God set them in the expanse of the sky to give light on the earth, to dominate the day and the night, and to separate light from darkness. And God saw that it was good, and there was evening and there was morning, and that was the fourth day. Day 5 of creation. And God said, let the waters teem with living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth, across the expanse of the sky. So God created the great creatures of the sea and every living and moving thing with which the water teems according to their kinds, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. God blessed them and said, be fruitful and increase in numbers, and fill the water in the seas, and let the birds increase on the earth. And there was evening, and there was morning, the fifth day. Day 6 of creation. God said, let the earth bring forth every kind of living creature, cattle, creeping things, and wild beasts of every kind. And it was so. God made wild beasts of every kind, and cattle of every kind, and all kinds of creeping things of the earth. And God saw that it was good. And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness. They shall rule the fish of the sea, the birds of the sky, the cattle, the whole earth, and all the creeping things. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God he created him, male and female. He created them. God blessed them, and said to them, be fruitful, and increase in number. Fill the earth, and subdue it. Rule over the fish of the sea, and the birds of the air, and over every living creature that moves on the ground. Then God said, I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. They will be yours for food, and to all the beasts of the earth, and all the birds in the sky, and all the creatures that move along the ground, everything that has the breath of life in it. I give every green plant for food. And it was so. God saw all that he had made, and it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the sixth day 7 of creation. Thus the heavens and the earth, and all the hosts of them were finished. And on the seventh day God ended his work which he had done, and he rested on the seventh day from all of his work which he had done. Then God blessed the seventh day, and sanctified it, because in it he rested from all his work which God had created and made. So what's so significant about the Sabbath? The Sabbath is for us to get to know the one who created us and loves us. And the days of the week used to be from sunset to sunset, but the Pope changed it from sunset to midnight to midnight. So here's some ideas that you guys can do on the Sabbath, which is Friday sunset to Saturday sunset. If you guys are Sabbath keepers and are new to keeping the Sabbath, so you can go out and visit people in the nursing homes, prisons, and hospitals, and shut-ins. And you guys can play like a Bible search game where you have to read through the Bible or a certain book in the Bible and try to find one word. I call it a Bible scavenger hunt. Go for nature walks and sit down and just listen to the birds and watch nature documentaries. Watch sermons on YouTube and read Ellen White books and read Bible-based books or Christian books. So, how can you avoid getting the mark of the beast? You can avoid getting the mark of the beast by coming to know God's true Sabbath, which is from Friday sunset to Saturday sunset. Do we still have time to come to the truth of the Sabbath? Yes, we do. You have the chance to come to the Sabbath before the end of probation. Once probation closes, it will be too late for you to not receive the mark of the beast.
Repeatedly offered $1,000 to anyone who can prove to me from the Bible alone that I am bound to keep Sunday holy. There is no such law in the Bible. It is a law of the Holy Catholic Church alone. The Bible says, "Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy." The Catholic Church says, "No, by my divine power I abolish the Sabbath day and command you to keep holy the first day of the week." And lo, the entire civilized world bows down in a reverent obedience to the command of the Holy Catholic Church. T. N. Wright, CSSR, in a lecture at Hartford, Kansas, February 18, 1884. The Catholic Church for over 1,000 years before the existence of a Protestant, by virtue of her divine mission, changed the day from Saturday to Sunday. The Catholic Mirror, September 23, 1893. Question: which is the Sabbath day? Answer: Saturday is the Sabbath day. Question: why do we observe Sunday instead of Saturday? Answer: we observe Sunday instead of Saturday because the Catholic Church in the Council of Laodicea, AD 336, transferred the solemnity from Saturday to Sunday. Peter Geierman, The Convert's Catechism of Catholic Doctrine, 2nd edition, 1910, page 50. Question: have you any other way of proving that the Church has power to institute festivals of precept? Answer: had she not such power, she could not have done that in which all modern religionists agree with her. She could not have substituted the observance of Sunday, the first day of the week, for the observance of Saturday, the seventh day, a change for which there is no scriptural authority. Stephen Keenan, A Doctrinal Catechism, page 174. There is but one church on the face of the earth which has the power, or claims power, to make laws binding on the conscience, binding before God, binding under penalty of hellfire. For instance, the institution of Sunday. What right has any other church to keep this day? You answer by virtue of the third commandment. The papacy changed the fourth commandment and called it the third, which says, "Remember that thou keep holy the Sabbath day." But Sunday is not the Sabbath. Any schoolboy knows that Sunday is the first day of the week. I have repeatedly offered $1,000 to anyone who will prove by the Bible alone that Sunday is the day we are bound to keep, and no one has called for the money. It was the Holy Catholic Church that changed the day of rest from Saturday, the seventh day, to Sunday, the first day of the week. T. N. Wright, CSSR, in a lecture delivered in 1893.
So is the mark of the beast a tattoo that you receive on your right hand or your forehead? The answer to that, my friends, is a no. It says in Revelation 14:9, then another angel, a third one, followed them, saying with a loud voice, if anyone worships the beast and his image and receives a mark on his forehead or his hand. So, what is the image of the beast and what is the mark of the beast? We will be covering that a little later on in the video. Tuesday. This is the first part of the third angel's message of the three angels' message, which you can find in Revelation 14:9. It says, then another angel, a third one, followed them, saying with a loud voice, if anyone worships the beast and his image and receives a mark on his forehead or on his hand. So, what is the mark of the beast? Who is the beast? And what is the image of the beast? So, the mark of the beast is Sunday worship. The beast is the papal power. And the image of the beast is the national Sunday law. So, if you try to say that there's no such thing as a Sunday law, you will be mistaken. They're known as blue laws. Hey Google, what is a blue law?
Here's a summary from Wikipedia. Blue laws, also known as Sunday laws, are laws designed to restrict or ban some or all Sunday activities for religious or secular reasons, particularly to promote the observance of a day of worship or rest.
So are there states in the United States that have blue laws?
According to Wikipedia, in Colorado, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Louisiana, Maine, Minnesota, Missouri, Oklahoma, New Jersey, North Dakota, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, car dealerships continue to operate under blue law prohibitions in which an automobile may not be purchased or traded on a Sunday.
So this is the second part of the third angel's message. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So let's take a look at the third part of the third angel's message. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they shall have no rest day or night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. So let's take a look again at part of the first part of the third angel's message and the three angels' message. It says, if anyone worships the beast and his image, and receives a mark on his forehead or on his hand. So what's so significant about the mark being on the forehead and or on the hand? So the reason why we receive the mark of the beast in the forehead or in the hand is because in our forehead, our prefrontal cortex, our frontal lobe, is located behind our skull. Our prefrontal cortex, our frontal lobe, is responsible for the choices that we make. We can either choose to serve God on His holy day, which is the Sabbath, which is Friday sunset to Saturday sunset, or the man-made Sabbath, which is Sunday. For more information on the Sabbath, I will leave a link to my Sabbath topic playlist in the description below. So, the reason why we get the mark of the beast in our hand is because we do the action in our hand. So, if we act on knowing what the truth is, instead of thinking to know what the truth is, for example, the Sabbath, knowing that Friday sunset to Saturday sunset is the true biblical Sabbath, if we move with our hand to coming from Sunday worship to Saturday Sabbath worship, God will bless and strengthen us, and He will save us from receiving the mark of the beast if we truly keep the Sabbath holy, like it's supposed to be kept. And God's people will be sealed as well with the seal of God. The number 7 is a complete number, and the number 7 is God's holy number. So, why do you receive the mark of the beast if you keep Sunday holy and you know to keep the Sabbath holy, which is Friday sunset to Saturday sunset? It's because Sunday Sabbath is a man-made Sabbath, and man was made on the 6th day of the week. And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. So how exactly did the first beast get the deadly wound that Revelation 13:12 is talking about? We have to go back to 1809, when Napoleon's general, Berthier, took the Pope captive and put him in prison. And while the Pope was in prison, he passed away. It says in Daniel 5:27, "And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and he shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given unto his hand until time and times and the dividing of time." So who thinks that they can change the times and laws of God that God established in the Garden of Eden during the creation week? It's none other than the papal system. And who's in charge of the papal system? It's none other than the Pope. And one of the names for the Pope, Vicarius Flae Die, equals 666. And 666 is the number of the beast. And 6 is the number of a man. So if the Pope says that Sunday's holy, and he's a man, so what does that make Sunday? It makes Sunday just another day of the week. The Pope will try to change the Sabbath from Friday sunset to Saturday sunset with a law called the National Sunday Law. The Bible says in Exodus 20 verse 8, "Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy." When is the Sabbath day? The Sabbath day is from Friday sunset to Saturday sunset. I will leave a link to a study from Amazing Facts called The Mark of the Beast. And I'll also leave a link to a video by one of my friends, Attila, from School for Prophets video from Babylon to America. And I'll also leave a link to my friend Dustin's video called The Mark of the Beast. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and have a blessed Sabbath, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.